The missing link, the missing pillar in your guitar learning journey is going to be understanding what it is that you're playing in a linguistic way. Let me explain. Usually we get that scale, whatever it is, and we think we're done, right? And then we want to move on to some modes, right? Right, understanding, 7 chords, major 7s, major 9s, whatever it is. The problem is, if we're not making a linguistic connection and being able to say something with that information, or understand what it is that our favorite guitar players are saying, right? Because music is a language, the guitar is just the voice that we're singing or speaking that language through. That information isn't really that valuable. It's like going to another country, right, and saying, oh, that person's speaking Spanish. It doesn't help if you don't know what they're saying and you can't speak back to them. So early on, when we have our scales, right, if we can make a connection by tension, resolution, understanding that root note is going to sound different over the 1 chord than it will over the 4 chord, how it emotionally feels when you're playing those notes. Now we're making actual progress instead of just learning a bunch of words and then when we get into modes and what have you, learning bigger words but not understanding what they mean or how to use them. People that come to work with us, it's like they know the pentatonic scale, they know the modes, they don't know the why and the language behind them, but now we have to go back and connect all of the sort of linguistic dots through them and understand how to communicate using the art form. If you can just do that from the very beginning with your first position of the minor pentatonic scale, right? And then you're sort of taking these ideas through the other positions, you're setting yourself up to learn information and a vocabulary and also learn how to use it and also learn how other guitar players are using it. Now you move to the next batch of information, the next batch of information, and then you're off into jazz enclosures and half diminished scales and diminished runs and what have you. That sort of 3-pillar system is what we do at Fretboard Fluency. If you want to bridge the gap between your creative ideas and what you're able to play and really become fully fretboard fluent, comment pro below and we can get started.